Hello and welcome back to another one of Paul's beer reviews. I hope you're doing well today. Got another beer from my Oktoberfest box I opened a couple of weeks back. This one is from Spaten and it's a bottle of their Oktoberfest beer. And this one is coming in at 5.9% ABV. There is the artwork on the bottle. The Spaten logo with the spade. Proper traditional looking old school German beer label, that, and the bottle cap has that same spade logo. Simple enough. So yeah, a 5.9% ABV Oktoberfest beer. It's all written in German. My German isn't terrific, so I'm not even going to attempt to try and read it. But yeah, 5.9%. Water, hops, malts. I think it says it's got hop extract in it as well. Might be wrong, but it looks like hop extract, Hopfen, and then Hopfen extract. Always a little bit worrying when a beer puts hop extract in it. And it's from Munich. So yeah, a Munich-based brewer. Brewed to the Reinheitsgebot, which is always a good thing. But yeah, we'll have a crack, can we? See if it's any good. I've had some absolutely fantastic Oktoberfest beers from this box that I got in Trembling Madness, or from Trembling Madness. Some absolute belters in there. I think this one's been quite readily available this year at various retailers. Whether that's a good thing or not, I don't know. But I mean, crystal clear, pure gold in the glass. It always looks fantastic in a stein. I think all these beers really have. That's poured beautifully. Gentle carbonation rolling up the glass. Other than that, that is crystal clear, pure gold. Let me just get the last bit in there. Leave that so we can see it. The Spaten Oktoberfest. But yeah, it looks fantastic in the stein. Pure, solid gold. It looks lovely. We've got a 1 to 2 finger, slightly foamy looking white head on it, which it's not going down too quickly, which is a good sign. Let's get me snouting, see what the aroma's telling us. Yeah, bit of sort of a barley malt aroma, bready malt, white bread as opposed to brown bread. Doesn't smell particularly sweet, this one. It smells like a Heller's lager, but I'll be honest, it smells like a cheap Heller's lager. There's a slightly ricey aroma. I mean, there's not going to be rice in there, but it smells a lot cheaper than a lot of other Heller's lagers or Oktoberfest lagers type beers that I've had from the box. There's a slight bit of a slight floral note, tiniest bit of a lemony citrus vibe going on, but it smells cheap. It smells like a cheap, thin lager. I'm a little bit concerned, but best way to find out is to drink it, I guess. So yeah, cheers. Let's get stuck in. And you know what? It tastes slightly cheaper than certainly the other Heller's lagers and Oktoberfest lagers that have come out of this box so far. There's a subtle bitterness on the back end to this one that has a cheapness to it. There's a cheapness to this beer. It's there's certainly a malty taste to it. It's got a bit of characters. There's a freshness to it. There's a bit of crispness to it. It's very refreshing. There's a slight citrusy, slightly refreshing vibe from the off. There's a white bready malt coming through. Slightly bready malt. It's very subtle though. It's got a bit of body. Coats the palate. But then when you get to the back end, tiny bit of hoppy bitterness. It tastes slightly acidic at the back end. I mean, it says hop extract on the back of the bottle. It doesn't. There's not much hop character in this beer. The malt character that's in there is low. It tastes like a cheap German beer, a cheap German Heller's Lager for me. It's by no means bad, but you expect better. I do anyway. I don't know, perhaps I'm being a little bit harsh. It's drinkable. Let's not get it twisted. It's very drinkable. It's a perfectly passable German lager. But when you've had, you know, the Weihenstephaner wheat Oktoberfest beer, the Paulaner Oktoberfest beer, they're just on another level to this. A whole nother level. This tastes like I could have picked this up in a Lidl or an Aldi or something like this. It just has that kind of slight cheap, I'm going to say it, there's a very slightly metallic-y kind of finish to it. Up front, it's quite nice. Sort of slightly bready malt character. Little floral note, a little bit of citrus. It's quite pleasant. Carbonation is controllable. It's not too heavy. It's another one with these Oktoberfest beers where the carbonation is generally quite low, which makes them very drinkable. In fact, this one might actually be slightly more carbonated than the others, but it's still subtle. But it's that finish. It's that odd flavour at the end. That's kind of, it's hard to put my finger on it. It doesn't taste right. Excuse me. Bit of gas there. It tastes slightly cheap at the end. Like they've held off, or whatever they put in just wasn't the best quality ingredients, best quality hops maybe. It's slightly acidic, it's slightly metallic on the finish. I just think it spoils it for me. It just spoils it for me. I'm just left with a cheap tasting lager ending to it. It's a shame. I mean, it should be Spaten, right? Munich-based brewer. Honestly, this could be a Rheinbecker. It's kind of on that level. To be honest, I think it's a pretty bang average German lager. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. It's drinkable enough, but I expect better. I expect better from a legitimate German brewer, and they're putting Oktoberfest on the bottle. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, and that's all I can say for it, really. It's not unpleasant. I'd probably drink it again if it was offered. I wouldn't pay for it because I know I can get a lot better. So the scores, I'm going to go right down the middle with it. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. It's all right. That's about as generous as I can be with it. It's all right. You know, it's better than a lot of awful lagers that are out there, but from a German brewer, you really do expect something a bit special, and that is just not it, unfortunately. Not for me. Not for me anyway. It's just my opinion. So yeah, 5 out of 10 for Spaten with their Oktoberfest beer. Got this from tremblingmadness.co.uk, part of their Oktoberfest box. Yeah, go check it out, see what you think, and let me know in the comments below what you thought of this one if you've had it. I hope you've enjoyed the review, and I hope you're doing well. Give it a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Until my next one, you take care.